Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Today is Sunday, the 13th of September, and I'm going to talk to you today about 2 Corinthians chapter 3, and then we're going to jump over to Proverbs 13, chapter 13. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, starting in verse 12, says this. Listen to this. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold. We are not like Moses, who had put a veil over his face to prevent the Israelites from seeing the end that was passing away. But their minds were made dull, for to this day the same veil remains when the old covenant is read. Now, it has not been removed, because only in Christ is it taken away. It's talking about this veil over their minds. Even to this day, when Moses is read, this veil covers their hearts. But whenever someone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. See, it's not talking about a bridal veil covering a face. It's talking about a covering, a veil over our hearts and over our minds in what we believe and what we think. People can believe and think some of the craziest stuff. You sit and talk to people about what they believe. They believe in crystals. They believe in Mother Nature. They believe in the sun. They believe all kind of things. But it's not, it says here in verse 16, but whenever someone turns to the Lord, that veil is taken away. It's not until we actually turn to Christ that this veil over our minds, over our hearts, what we believe, is taken away so that we can actually see, oh, God made this. God did this. It's not some magic crystal, some magic thing. I tell you about crystals. A couple of years ago, my daughter and my son and I, we were in Colorado, and we had gone to this mineral springs to spend the night there. They had a yurt there, and we were spending the night in a yurt. I don't know if you know what a yurt is, but it's just an expensive tent. Well, we were in these hot mineral baths, and we were just lounging around, and this stranger came there. It was a public bath there, and so he began to tell us what he believed about this area. And he said the reason why he came to that area is because the minerals, the crystals that were in the cliffs surrounding us, spoke to him and told him what he should do. And he said the only place in the United States that the rocks speak to him louder was in some place in North Carolina. I don't really remember what he said, but I remember thinking in my head, no, I didn't say it with my mouth, but I thought in my head, you're crazy. But that's what happens when a veil comes over our hearts and our minds. We believe all kind of stuff, but it's not, as verse 16 says, it's not until we believe in the Lord that this veil is removed and we can see our wretchedness, our sinfulness, our crazy thinking, what we think about. And that's what this 2 Corinthians chapter 3 is talking about. So, but that goes along with Proverbs chapter 13. I remember in chapter 13, verse 3, it says this. It says, he who guards his mouth preserves his life, and he who opens his mouth wide, or his lips wide, shall have destruction. And I was sitting there in that mineral bath in that yurt area there, and that guy was going on about what he believed. And I thought about this proverb, he who guards his mouth, So I just kept my mouth shut and kept my head nodding and listening to him. I didn't want to bring offense to him, and I was just mildly interested in what he said. But I could see from what he talked about his life, the destruction that was in his life, and he was out there on his whatever. He was a mess. He was a mess. So I remember there was a Arab proverb that I read one time that said this. It says, take heed with your tongue so that it does not cut your own throat. And I know myself, I've cut my own throat by what I've said many, many times. So let's take heed with what we say. Let's keep our mouth shut. Now, we've all heard this saying, I'm sure, that God's given us 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth, See twice as much, hear twice as much, and speak half as much. That's a good way to live our lives. So I hope you guys have a great week. God bless. See you next time.